Hi, my name is Tyler Chin. And I'm TJ. And today we're going to interview Mr. Nguyen about the Vietnam War.
Were you when you moved over here?
I was 3 years old.
What made your parents want to move over here?
Basically, they were escaping the war. My dad was a military MP, was a police officer, and he was kind of in charge of a precinct. And so if we were to stay, most likely he would have been arrested and probably sent to re-education camp.
When you came over here, did you ever experience any other fellow Vietnamese people getting abused or treated unfairly by the Americans?
For the most part, I would say most of the people in Old Town treated us very well. But we did have some problems with some people. I remember my brother, who was probably a teenager, probably 15, 16 years old. I remember there was kind of like a bully, like a school bully. I remember that they had an altercation, and the altercation basically started simply because I think we were Vietnamese, and the altercation began with just throwing apples and things like that, and then it kind of escalated to fist fights. So my brother decided that he was going to take karate, and he started to work out because he didn't want this. He didn't want this to continue, and so eventually, a friend of ours who was also Vietnamese, they both started taking karate. They both started working out, and I remember one time there was going to be a fight right down the street, and there was police officers patrolling the street because I guess they had heard that there might be a fight. But eventually nothing happened because one of the kids from the other gang, it's not really a gang, but from the other group of boys, he came over and said, he really didn't want to fight. And so nothing really happened after that. I do remember there was a group of people, I think it was a man and woman, maybe they were living maybe 3 or 4 houses down. We had discovered that they were putting couches on our front yard and burning it. And so that was the first incident. The next incident was a chair. Third incident was like a mattress. And so they would come in the middle of the night and burn it. I guess they wanted to scare us. But my sister had stayed up one night and watched, and she saw them leave a mattress. That was the last thing.
What's your most vivid memory of when you came over here?
My most vivid memory? I would have to say that I remember being on the boat coming over, and I remember we were out at sea, and I was kind of standing at the rail, just kind of watching, and I remember somebody jumping in. Now at the time, when I was younger, I thought maybe they were jumping in to dive, like go swimming. But the more that I think of it as I grew up, I don't know if they were really necessarily swimming to dive in. They may have committed suicide because the boat was moving and we were out in open sea. And the boat never returned. And so I remember one person jumping in, and then maybe another one jumping in soon after that. I don't know if it's because they committed suicide, maybe they had lost somebody, and out of despair they tried to commit suicide, and maybe the other person was jumping in to kind of save them. I'm not really sure, but I remember an older woman kind of gingerly, tenderly just trying to take me by the hand and kind of get me out away from the rail, like she didn't want me to watch that. And so, I'm not really sure if, when I was younger, I thought they were just swimming, so I thought they were, jumping in to dive in. But as I get older, I think they might have committed suicide. I'm not positive on that.